I refuse to elaborate what concoction I've made, but it's crunchy, so I don't want to eat it on the live. Man, I'm just gonna gulp loudly on mic. I bought this tub of vanilla ice cream, right? And I haven't done anything with it. I've barely eaten it. It's not bad, I just can't find the time to squeeze in a couple of bites. Anyway, now that the gang's all here, I feel betrayed. Thou hast betrayed me. Okay. I did make a save, right? Because it's not here. The obvious place for such a save to be. I did make a save, right? Hey, Safi. Did you remember to make a save? Are you stupid like that now? Are we an idiot? Am I dumb now? Am I just gonna trip over my own little? Oh, man, all these. Oh, I don't need to be reminded of the good times. I guess we're gonna have to load the autosaves, which is embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing. Like, holy shit, it's embarrassing to load these saves. It's like, oh boy, you're such an idiot. It's so embarrassing. Don't worry. I'm gonna tell you a pro tip on how to add some punch to your sandwich. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Okay. So, I went back to the store for groceries and I got the bag of chips I didn't want, the sea salt ones. I don't like when they make sea salt chips, or chips in general, that are like, oh, they're about the salty flavor, and there's no salt on them. And I buy paprika Pringles. And the paprika, it's fucking white, Pringles. There's so much salt on my paprika that I can see the salt. I can see the white of the salt. Instead of, where's my deep black and, is it brown or red? It's one of those colors. Of the paprika. Where's my paprika? Why am I getting originals? And the same is with the sea salt. But since the texture is good, something I like doing sometimes is I put a couple of chips right on top of a sandwich, and it adds that bite to every chomp. Maybe you gotta flatten it a little bit though so it stays in place. But it's a flavor enhancer. I'll tell you that much. It adds some spunk to your. And I just added some spunk to my fingers, right? Getting exile a little over it. Good job, Safi. You're great. Dude, I almost lost my mind because all my sound meters went to 0, and they went to 0 because my mic was muted and the song had ended, and my brain was like, "It's happening." I'm like, oh man, am I strong enough? No, but I got that salad at least. Seriously, why are people bookmarking this stuff? There's literally a one-off with a bookmark, and I got 2 bookmarks on this. Anyway, I published a chapter like I said I would, as was the plan. So that's nice, right? I did the thing I was supposed to be doing. Holy shit. Safi, you did the bare minimum! I deserve a fucking medal. That's what I deserve. Although Chapter 4 and onward is going to be a bit messier. I forgot Chapter 4 is actually pretty beefy. It's got some of that beef! It's chunkier than I remember it being. How long is this? 5,000 words. How much was this? Less, right? I remember this being pretty skinny, all things considered. No, it's pretty long. It's just that I went through it at such a brisk pace. Yeah, it's not even that much shorter. I mean, I should also work on get the taken care of. Where are the people? It's been 15 minutes. You've had time. Actually, let me see what's in this egg salad. Well, it is a 62% egg, so how eggy. I don't know, it had a little sauce in it. I guess it's like mayo, you know. Anyway, I was robbed of my tabletop stuff. I was robbed of my tabletop because someone had a personal emergency, which is fine. But I was robbed nonetheless. I'm allowed to be both sympathetic to someone's clauses and annoyed it got in the way of the things I wanted to do. Gotta be very weird to say that's not the case. My stomach is disagreeing with the egg salad, I guess. Or the chips. Or the salami. Or the old cheese. The old Amsterdam. Actually, what's this cheese even called? Wait, is this just Gouda? Always has been. Old Amsterdam cheese came in the news in February 2008 because there was an imitation! This is the first time a cheese brand had been imitated. A cheese brand. I guess it is just a cheese. It's not from Amsterdam and does not... It's not about old cheese that's been ripening for more than a year. 8 months! Ah, 18 months, but using something that does it faster. What the hell? Well, I learned a little bit too much about cheese already. How about we get to snootin'? So I can say my catchphrase. Darn snootin'! I hope my stomach will calm down a little bit. But it probably won't, because my life's been a little bit mean. It's 3:15 p.m. I told Stella I'd be waiting for her at the gate. Might as well head there. Pick up my stuff and walk outside. Isn't that what the transition is literally for? I mean, no, it's kind of a complimentary thing, really. It's been 15 minutes since I arrived here. Students from our classes have long since vacated the premises. But Stella's nowhere to be seen. I didn't take her for the tardy type. Maybe I got the wrong... I mean, you did take her. Just the different kind, you jerk. I'm pretty sure the school only has... It doesn't have a gate! Did you see the introductory slide? It does not have a gate. It also has a side entrance to the building, so I don't know what the fuck you're drinking in on. If you're talking about an entrance, I highly doubt your school has, like, one specific path that goes up there. Also, I just noticed there's no buildings in the background. I always got the impression this was, like, somewhat in the middle of the city or nearby enough you'd notice. I just realized that, like, something that goes unaddressed in Goodbye Volcano High is they live in either an extreme... Like, there are cities. There are big, taller buildings. I don't know if they're skyscrapers. Probably not. But there are big buildings in Goodbye Volcano High. They're relegated to the background. Everything we see in that game takes place in basically suburbia, where at most the building is a mid-rise. And even then, there's not many mid-rises. It's mostly just, like, a couple of floors. This never gets addressed, like, how decompressed the environment is. Like, not to tell you how to live your life, but how does the bus service make any sense? Like, I'm all for public transport, right? I love public transport. It's fantastic if you do it right. But it doesn't make sense to build public transit if, like, every motherfucker lives in a suburban home with a massive garden and there's, like, 2 people that use the bus, right? Suburbia is built for cars. And Fang lives in suburbia. Reed lives in suburbia. I imagine Trish does too. Like, the bus? You're taking the bus? How is this? Who's paying for this bus, Fang? Who the fuck is paying for your bus? Why don't you just get a bike? Like, the distances and the economics of it don't make sense to me. But that's because I know how bad suburbia is for, like, taxation purposes. It gets in my skin that a game made by someone, like, you know, the left-wing types, that would make a game like that. They should know this. They should know this. They should know that suburbia... Come on! That's why I'm angry at the game. There's no lore building. Where's my deep lore? Imagine me, like, taking out a big manila folder or, like, a big one of those ring binders. I got a big fat lore thing for about Crescent Coast. I got all this for Crescent fucking Coast, and I'm not even using any of it. I can tell you so much about the Nier setting that I cooked up in my brain. What the hell can they tell me about that? Did I leave a window open? Oh, god damn it. Yep. How about you close window? Because I don't need nobody telling me that I'm stinky today. Thank you. Nobody's gotta know I'm a big stinky. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure the school only has one gate. I don't even have a contact. Oh no, wait, now that I think about it, when he goes around the building, he walks past the thing, right? He walks past a little a chair, and that chair is located pretty close to, like, a bunch of greenery that seems to surround the school. However, the garden, if I recall correctly, is... Where's it? These are, like, background details. You know, when you start writing a fanfic, right? When you're like, actually, like, hey, what's the actual layout of Volcano High? You're like, this is annoying as all hell, and I have to use this fucking picture, this one frame we get, this one fucking frame we get during the episode Chapter 6 montage to figure this shit out. Come on, put that in the concept art, motherfuckers. Put the fun maps in the concept art. Come on, give me something. Give your fanfic writer something to go, yeah, ooh, whoa. Anyway, I'm looking for backgrounds for the school garden. That's just the garden. Yeah, the school garden, they used a picture that has like a backdrop and everything, so... But I'm looking for the other one. The courtyard? No, that's the courtyard with Trish. Carpet? Oh, that's where Rainbow is. That's where we find out boy Rainbow! Sidewalk, Skin Row. Still find it funny how hard it was to figure out if Skin Row was with or without... Sans or plus the space. I can't find it. Oh, the flower garden. There we go. Yeah, the flower garden has a clearer view. So clearly the school is located at the edge of town, at least one or two directions. Wait, no. Garden. Yeah, there's no buildings. Like, I don't imagine this was done intentionally. They were working with the backgrounds they were capable of scrounging together, but that's the kind of stuff that when you write a fucking fanfiction, and you give too much of a shit, and you work on wikis, you're like, Where'msted? Did you map this out in your brain? Do you have a vague overview? You only need the vague stuff to really get things right. But if you don't, you know. I don't even have a contact, so I'm completely stranded out here. Maybe I should just drop by a classroom. If she's not there, I'll get back here. Wait a few more minutes and then I head home. How do you know her classroom? I never got the impression you were close enough that you would know where her classes would be at the end of the day. I know where a classroom is at least. Unless she is in homeroom, which would be like the one time I could see that making sense without... It should be someone in my own, which is... Oh, that could also explain it. They would probably have seen her. I know we always bump into each other on our way to our classes. Does the person who wrote this know how American school works? Because does the person who wrote this know that that is not how American high school works? This feels like someone who knows Japanese schools more, which I think have like set classrooms for students. But in American high schools, and I think here too, to an extent, yeah, here too actually, you go to classrooms a lot. You might have a mentor, and you see them like a couple of times a week, which is why that's in Amalgam High, because I like the idea, and it's a setting thing that makes sense. But like you don't just bump into each other from classrooms. You would say, well, when I go out of science and she gets out of math, logically those classrooms are close together, so we bump into each other. That kind of stuff. They would not say from classroom. There is a subject associated with a room that you are in, you know, that kind of stuff. So, enough. Why am I giving harsh criticisms on, like, design document stuff? Blech. As I stroll down the empty hallway, a slightly open classroom door caught my eye. That's Stella's classroom, I think. That doesn't exist as a concept in American high schools. You do not have a classroom. It's the science classroom. And maybe your science is your like, you know, your homeroom teacher, and that's why you're there. Is that why? Is that why Goodbye Volcano High has like one teacher and they do nothing? We don't even know what Misty teaches, right? We do not know what Mrs. Roberts teaches at school. Okay? I don't think you understand this part. We have one teacher, and we do not know what subject she teaches. We know Mr. I think Panera, but we don't... Like, wouldn't it come up at any point? Can you just drop it? It's just a cute little detail. We can't tell from the background because her classroom is pretty generic. Seems her focus on the whole senior thing than anything else. That being said, I do remember that, like, Reed gives, like, a presentation, right? And it's either about gas or weed. So it might be chemistry? Biology? I still think it's sad that they had to change the weed to a not weed. I decided to take a peek inside. The classroom was empty except for Stella. Oh no, she's turned into a statue. Did you remember to bring a fragrant branch, my friend? I could see her standing there hunched over her desk. Is she cleaning it? But that doesn't make any sense. We have janitors that they get paid to do. I like how he's immediate, like, no, we have janitors. We'll do some classes of cleaning duty. And on, you're a trouble boy? Wouldn't you be like, oh, did she get told by a teacher to do it? Wouldn't that make sense? When I look closer, I realize she's not cleaning the deck. She's scrubbing it thoroughly. She's trying to reclaim the atoms of the Black Lotus that she lost. Curiosity takes the better of me, and I answer. Hey, Stella! Ah! Stella jumps in place like someone pinched her I love that art. Yeah! Yeah! Relax, it's just me. Oh, hi, Anon. I'm sorry, I missed the last track of time. It's fine. You could have just told me you have cleaning duty. What can I help out? I walked through the empty classroom and made my way to Stella. The table she's cleaning attracted my attention. I like how her teacher's just not around. She's just allowed to be here without a teacher in the room. Also, your teacher left so fast. It's been like, what, 30 minutes? It's just gone. It's not even 5 p.m. What I saw made my heart stop for a moment. Initials of all kinds were scribbled over the top in black markers. Pretty much every terrible thing you could think of. Is that yours? Don't worry about it, it's just my class. Again, I don't think that's how American schools work. Right? Also, why are you the one cleaning it up? If someone shows up in a classroom, right, this would have to have been done ahead of time or after the fact, and either or, the teacher wouldn't make you do it, Stella. It's also something that would be pretty dang obvious after like 5 seconds, unless you were explicitly hiding it. Just my classmates playing jokes. I can hear the desperation in her voice. Doesn't look like a funny joke to me, though. Like, what the fuck? Up at her, still profoundly confused. She avoids my gaze, trying her best to keep from smiling. Don't worry about it, it's nothing. Stella keeps repeating that, but she was trembling. Steeling herself, she kept trying to scrub the ink off. I could see the tears in her eyes now. Breathing was slightly ragged. This is goddamn painful to watch. I put my hands over hers to stop this fruitless endeavor. She gasped quite... I just got bullied and I almost had an emotional breakdown, but then I just had a really big stiffy for him. God damn it, Stella, now this just got really weird. I realized that a smooth, warm scales feel different from Fang's feathers. Stella, it's permanent marker. You're supposed to use rubbing alcohol. I don't actually know what you use for permanent marker, but it's probably quite aggressive. Marker removal. Let me see. Rubbing alcohol. Or nail polish remover, like alcohol. Yeah. Hell yeah. I almost knew it. Apparently it's the acetone that does it, though. Stella, it's permanent marker. You can't scrub it off like that. You need a... Also, Stella is a girl, and she doesn't have any degree of, like, fashion stuff. She probably has nail polish remover. And if not, she could ask someone. Or you could ask Fang. Fang looks like the type to have that. I'm not good at this, sorry. Why is she apologizing? Wait, I'll go to the chemistry lab. And don't! They replace all the acetone with vodka! Oh man, that sounds like a good drink, actually. I'm sure they have some. You don't have to. It's fine, just give me a moment, alright, I'll be back. Stella nodded and I dashed straight for the chemistry lab. Why are you dashing? Is the ink gonna get any more... Ooh. Man, they love that transition, don't they? Thankfully, it was still open. Dr. Fernsworth was inside working on some paperwork. I honestly think that working on some paperwork is one of those sentences you try to avoid, like handling some paperwork, or taking care of paperwork. Working on paperwork, like, again, repeating words in that proximity can have some... can cause brain things. Dr. Farnsworth, sir. Oh, Harold, I didn't expect to see you here so late. Why aren't you at home? My friend got a bit of a situation. With permanent markers? Could I borrow some acetone by any chance? The teacher sighed. Obviously, this was not the first time he witnessed the situation. He gestures to a small cabinet in the back. Of course, you can find a bottle in the cabinet. How did I know it was going to be an actual cabinet? A cabinet is not a room. Just noticed there's an actual, like, fume hood in the back of this. So this probably is, like, an actual chemistry class they took for this. Unless it's something else. It looks like a fume hood, because, you know, big box. Glass. Make sure to bring it back after you're done. I'll be here for the next 30 minutes. It's not even 4:30 p.m. What the hell do you mean you quit in 30 minutes? Thank you, sir. I grabbed the bottle and rushed back to Stella. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop myself from relapsing, and I began to huff the stuff. Just a sip. She was sitting behind a filthy... It's not filthy! That's not what filthy is. I would call it vandalized. But that's just me. Some weird word choices here. Looking out the classroom window with a dull stare. Classroom window? Why does my brain immediately think that's wrong? That's just... A classroom has a window. Why do you specify it's a classroom window? Are there other windows in here? I don't know. It's... I think my brain is just being a big skeptical jackass right now. My hands were still grasping the sponge. Where do you get a sponge? Who gave you that sponge? If it's the teacher, why did the teacher fucking clean it? Or make someone else clean it? Hey, Stella, guess... Hey, Stella, guess what I got? Stella looked up at me, still The music's so depressing. What the hell is happening? Smiling as usual. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm causing you all this much trouble. Don't be silly. I had to wipe my fair share of markers too, you know. This music feels way too depressing for the situation trying to elevate itself. Like, is she about to fucking choke herself with just down the acetone? I took the sponge Stella was holding and soaked it in acetone. I hope this works better than I think it should. What? Oh no, why do I think... I hope this works as well as I think it should. God, why is my brain is just doing fucking kickflips? In the wrong direction. Sure enough, the markers come off instantly. Took only a minute to wipe it off even. The table was sparkling clean. Finally, the dramatic music has left us alone. There you go, good as new. Slap it. You can fit so many slurs on this baby, you wouldn't believe. I mean, I would believe there were slurs on there like 5 seconds ago. I mean, you know, it's trying to be a funny meme. This is a really weird time to do that, Anon. As I finished and put the sponge down, Stella gazed at me, looking tired but grateful. Stella, have you actually been sitting here scrubbing for 30 minutes? Like, honestly, at some point, it's just... Oh, that's a dramatic shot. And hugged me. Thank you. This was unexpected. I couldn't help but... Aren't we, like, late stage Anon here? Shouldn't he be, like, a little less weird about this? You just helped her out. Why would she, like, give you a handshake? Like a firm, cordial handshake. Anon, you're not being very businesslike right now. I got used to Fang's hugs, but Stella felt very different. She was somewhat heavier and softer. Her hair smelled like shampoo. Are you implying that Fang doesn't shower? Ugh. Every time I smelled Fang's hair, it smelled like sardine for some reason. I was never really sure why. Might have something to do with that fishing dive run she goes for every morning. Her body was warm. Fang, on the other hand, ice cold. You could freeze an popsicle with that. I felt the round beak press against my shoulder. It was squeezing me tight like a life depended on it. Thank you so much. Oh, come on, it's nothing. I literally just walked to the chemistry lab. You know, honestly, this feels like it would work, but this is like one of those scenes that works a lot better if there was any setup for it. But we just dove right in because Ahmad doesn't have time for that. We losers gotta stick together, right? It was a rather feeble attempt at humor on my part. Well, still, she responded with a soft giggle. Sure. As I felt to letting go, I realized I was blushing. But Stella was now her usual cheery self. It took me a moment to collect myself. Okay, let's get out of here. We got lots of stuff to do. As we left the classroom, I felt like I got closer to Stella than I ever intended to. We took the acetone bottle back to the lab and finally got to leave the school behind. Why is the music so... I honestly think that the original game had a way better, more like tepid soundtrack that didn't just pop like a weasel. As we walked down the road, I couldn't help but ask Stella about what we just went through. So, you're being bullied by classmates? Oh, it's not as bad as you think. It's just a few girls, they just don't really like me. I don't know, but I saw that was pretty damn bad. Why? Is it the nerdy stuff? I don't think so. I think it's because they saw me with Chester. Chester? That huge short-looking guy from Nas's team? Yeah, you see, he's actually my childhood friend. I knew him before he got all the muscle. I knew him before the steroids, before he quit steroids. I knew him before he started doing doping, and after he stopped doing doping. Is there anything else he took in the interim that he started and stopped with while you were around? Well, I guess there's the weed, the beer, the smoking. Where does he get the money? Our parents are longtime friends, so he's like my brother. Let me guess, the girls got jealous? I'm not sure why. I told them everything, but they don't believe me. They told me I should stick with my own kind. I thought it was silly. I told them many times, they won't listen. Yeah, that does sound pretty awful. You should just tell that guy about it. I'm sure he'll clear the air. I don't want to know. It's embarrassing. It only cause more trouble. That's just, Could you keep it a secret, Anon? Please? Stella was staring at me with a pleading look in her eye. I know something must be done, but I don't want to argue with her right now. Sure, if you say so. Anon, given the context, wouldn't you be like, no, let's just not? Mr. fell down a set of stairs because of, airing laundry? But you're my friend, Stella. If you need any help, I always got your back. Stella giggled at my cliche self-aggrandizement. I don't think you're aggrandizing anything. If it's true, it's true, and the friendship is somewhat... I guess you're aggrandizing that part, maybe? Thank you, Anon. I know I can rely on you. I just have to be a little patient. I'm sure the girls will get bored eventually. How long has this been going on? About a year. I can only give a heavy sigh. They are not stopping. You really should do something about it at this point. Well, that's fine. Not like we stay in school forever. In fact, we have, a few months left? I joined during the second semester. What the hell are you talking about? Besides, you had it worse than me. And look at you now. Remember when you got pushed down the stairs? That was awful. I mean, I wasn't exactly pushed, but... more like I fell off trying to roleplay a ninja. Yeah, I shouldn't ruin my image in Stella's eyes just yet. I mean, you're kinda right. Although Fang wasn't there, I would have ended in this... Although, if Fang wasn't there, I would have ended up in this ICU for sure. I want to get through this just like you did. I didn't do it alone. You always need someone to back you up. At those words, Stella playfully grabbed my hands. Once again, I couldn't help but notice how warm and smooth her hand... It's like, she's in the literal fucking gardening club. She's probably sleeved cards. How the hell are her hands soft? How would they be soft? Come on, Anon voice aside, she's implied to be in the gardening club. She's a nerd. She's probably either painted something, or put together Gunpla, or read a bunch of manga and got her fingers all, crusty from that. Because, dry paper. I can't imagine she has baby hands. I can't imagine she has baby hands. I don't do that much, and I still got, not soft hands. Once again, I couldn't help but notice how warm and smooth her hand was. I'm starting to wonder if she has some sort of disease, because I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be cold-blooded. It's a good thing I have you. Together we can be like Anoka and Nagisa. Ah, yes, Precure. Oh, I don't mind. But I call dibs on the black costume. But I want to be Cure Black. I think Meppo's a much cuter mascot. Besides, black and green go well together. I can't argue with that. But I doubt White's poofy dress goes well with me. Well, I mean, that's true. But you just need to find an artist that can draw you from a flattering angle. Then maybe you can be like Tuxedo Mask and I'll be Sailor Moon. Are you saying that... Are you saying I should have just left a rose on the table and jumped out the window? Actually, Tuxedo Mask gets a bad rep because he was using too much filler... Oh, hold on. Actually, Tuxedo Mask gets a bad rap because he was too much in filler in Toei produced for the show. The actual manga, and now just fucking dies. Good night, sweet Anon. This chat about toy advertisements for 8-year-old girls carried us all the way to the bus stop. The place we wanted to visit with the mall, so we had to commute. On the bus, Stella decided to bury me in magical girl trivia. And that's why people believe that every time that episode of Minky Momo airs, an earthquake would strike. It was anything but quiet. But I know about that story, by the way. It's fucking weird. But at this point, I started to get used to her energy. And then I started singing that Minky Momo song when I was done in, my life as a teenage robot. Like, I didn't even know what Minky Momo was at the time. It was so weird to watch this guy sing about it. And later I found out, I was like, what, that was a real thing? I don't know, I feel like my anime crate just got tossed out the... Hold on. And after what I'd witnessed, I never wanted to see Stella sad again. She has that puppy eye sadness where you just can't say no. Look at that. We can sell. We can sell or buy. Or trade. Oh, that's neat. Is that a SNES control? Oh, it's the American model. Gross. I want my Smarties colored buttons. Thank you. Come again. Is that Catsuit Mario next to Wario and Link and Mega Man? Mega Man? Who else? Oh, that's God, what's the dog called again? Fuck. I forgot what the dog was called in Mega Man. And there's Luigi. Man, there's a lot of characters on this that I can somewhat recognize. I mean, like, it says a lot that even under this heavy filter, I can recognize these character designs. That's good character design, buddy. That's an A+. Hold on, we're looking up. Rush! That's the name! My brain was trying to think, like, Rock's thing, because it's, like, Mega Man, who is, like, rock and roll. And then there's bass, and everything. Whatever. The store looked as nerdy as ever. It was a spacious place. Dozens of anime and video game posters covered every inch of the walls. Surprised they didn't actually put any games over there? With its characters, their threaded prophecy is severed. Well, I'm not gonna load a save game, so... Display cases were full of old school consoles and cartridges. And I'm pretty sure you're older than the GameCube, right? The GameCube released in like 2001. 2002 in Europe, maybe? If this game is like 2023, 1-ish, then Anon is technically speaking younger than the GameCube. I hope you feel appropriately old. There was a big counter full of rare trading cards. All of the lotuses were written on, which I told actually depreciates their value, unless it's like a famous person. And I saw a couple of counterfeits. One was AI generated. I don't even know why they did that. They can just photocopy the thing. Right in the center of the room, they had a big display stand with anime figures of all kinds. As we walked in, I waved to the store clerk who was trying to deal with a gaggle of kids hungry for Pokemon cards. One of them could be, actually, at this point, Damien would probably be a junior? No, he would be a freshman, maybe a sophomore. Because this is like 3 to 2 years before, right? I don't know, I'm just kind of grasping here. I don't think we would see Vinny, though. I don't even know how old Vinny is. Is Vinny's age ever confirmed? The staff in the store knew me by name. You've lived here like a couple of months. How often do you come here? Naturally, Stella felt right at home. She ran circles around the anime figure, sizing everything up. Oh, look! I thought Bendy stopped producing these. Now she's almost dancing around the Magical Girls section. Oh, and they're not even that expensive. I have to get one. I wasn't strapped for cash. Not for now. But I really didn't have any space for... Your house is literally as empty as it gets, Anna. What are you talking about? So I decided to browse instead. The same can't be said about Stella. She already had a box in her hand. A Sailor Moon figure. Well, come on, we're not going to grugify any of this. This is so lucky. I never thought I would see one of these in the wild. At least not on this side of the pond. Well, too bad I don't have my loyalty card with me. Try giving them your phone number. That usually works. What is... Is Stella taller than Anon? I always thought she was shorter. Huh. How about I viciously correct you? And we look this up. Anon's applied to be like 18, 19. He should be because he's in senior year and it's not made clear if there's any reason to doubt that. Shit. The first day is on 2020, which means that Anna was most likely born in 2002. But we can give it a time spread of 2001 to 2003. Which means he has no fucking clue what the 2008 economic collapse is. Fucking weirdo! And meanwhile, Anon's cousin goes to Cal Arts is 3 years later. Which indeed means that Damien would be a freshman. Most likely. Really? I never tried that before. Thanks! We continue perusing the store in a leisurely manner. Stella knew a lot about anime, and also trading card games. Turns out tarot is not the only kind of card she's passionate about. Surprisingly, she didn't seem too well versed in video games, which gave me a chance to show off a little. That being said, she started talking about, what was it called again? Kasami inner sleeves, and she just started measuring things with like this atomic electron microscope. This one's Sonic Adventure, my childhood favorite. Dreamcast games are actually very rare in this part of the country. Also, did you know that the version they made for the GameCube, which they also ported to Steam, actually like butchers a lot of the special effects? The game looks like ass, but the actual Dreamcast version looks pretty good. Wow. Why the fuck did they use the shit port? I don't know. I imagine it was easier to port the GameCube or something. That's because few local chains carried them back in the day, and shops like these rely on locals bringing old stuff in. Stella hung on my every word as she looked at the games. This made me unexpectedly happy. Jesus Christ, Anon, are you hitting on everyone? Is that the Moon Princess mod? Is you just hitting it up with the other chicks? We getting a harem mod next? I mean, I wouldn't mind it because Anon seems too incompetent. It would just be straight clusterfuck. Give me Anon fucking up a harem. Come on, you know I want it. You know we need it. I wonder if my Dreamcast's still alive. Want to come over and play sometime? Sure. I never played video games with someone else before. I think she just said something incredibly depressing. I mean, I have, but that was like a little baby man. I still think one of the funniest parts of my childhood is I got Smash Brothers because I thought it was Mario Party. I'll leave that on the table with you. Then Stella's gaze fell on a sealed copy of Donkey Kong 64. Why did they leave it sealed? The whole point of the game is to collect everything. The price tag of $200 got quite the reaction out of her. Do old ones really cost that much? It's not really as high as they go. Although admittedly, part of it is market manipulation. And if you really want to play them, you can just emulate them online. What's emulation? Well, you download this technically legal emulation device. People say it's a gray area, but from what I can tell, they're actually perfectly legal. And apparently ROMs are like a gray area. You're not supposed to distribute them, but you're allowed to own them. It's just the acquisition that's the problem. So as far as I can tell, at least. Don't take my... I'm not a legal person on this, but... Basically, you download the game, and you download a thing that resembles the engine. You rub them together very hard, and bada boom, bada bing, out comes a video game. It's Helltaker to make Snoot game, the fuck? Oh no, I mean, you want to know what's weird? I kind of want to write some more for Volcano High instead of just Snoot game. I want to write for Inko. I feel like I've written too much for Anon, you know? Which is weird, because the whole Nier thing is none of that. Steffi, you fucking clown. I just want to write something different, something with low stakes. I can just crap out, just throw out there, get something done. These are box copies in good condition, so the collector's items. Rare stuff. Oh, so it's like Pokemon cards. I have a few expensive ones too. You know, you can get Game Boy cartridges, like 5 for the dozen if they're unpacked. Just the cartridge and all. You know, it's because the cardboard boxes would decay so quickly, because, you know, everyone opened them so viciously. So getting one of those in mints is like a hard thing to do. Even if they were very hot, even if, you know, they had a lot of sales. You know, pretty much. Stella ended up buying 2 different Sailor Moon figures. 3 Pokemon trainer cards. Did she buy Pokemon trainer cards specifically? Because I know the card types. I'm tapping my nose, because the nose knows. And for some reason, the refurbished Game Boy Advance. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. You better buy the SP, though. I heard... I had a Game Boy Advance. I only had Wario Land 4, which is like, hey, you got a killer app there, buddy. Might as well, right? I like the Wario Land series. It's so fucking good. So sad that it's ended. Wario World was also pretty good. But, let's get back to the point. Personally, go for the SP. Like, the backlight makes such a difference. Unless the refurbishment is that it has a backlight. In that case, fucking go for it, man. Original Game Boy Advance is... I don't know. There's something fun about holding the sides. It was ahead of its time, because the Switch did it too. And the Wii U. And the Steam Deck. I had one of these as a child. Unfortunately, it broke when I sat on it once. But now I can play my old Pokemon games again. I also have one, I think. I even have a complete Pokemon Emerald. Listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but the batteries may have run out and you might have lost your save file, so you're gonna have to perform some cartridge surgery. Also, you might want to plug in your 3DS games, because those run on like a flash memory that needs to be refreshed by the system, so those might start to rot. Maybe we could even trade. If your battery didn't die, we sure can. Stella gave me a vacant smile. Where do you store your cartridges? My mom keeps them in an attic. Oh, you're screwed, go. Don't get your hopes up. Your game could be gone. If it doesn't work, you could bring a game here. These guys know a thing or two about cartridge batteries. Oh, that's okay. It'll be a good reason to start a new adventure. I mean, there's something really nasty about coming back, and it's like, hey, I'm playing RuneScape again. What's my character? Oh, fuck. They've done like 10 years of updates, and I'm level 90. What the hell am I supposed to be playing? Where's the dungeon I know about? Where did Vanaka go? Why isn't he in the dungeon anymore? Why is there a note on the floor? Why did they put him on the surface? Did he get cave adaptation? Did he start vomiting when he left? Sad though. I lost my Typhlosion that I taught Dynamic Punch because I thought the animation looked cool. I was very bad at Pokemon. I just had like a level 17 something Typhlosion that did all the stuff for me. Because I was an idiot. I also had someone trade me a Mewtwo once that was super high level. I imagine it was hacked in. But I didn't know that it doesn't listen to you with the right badges, so I was an idiot. I just thought he was annoying. Because I didn't speak English. Eventually, Stella stopped her shopping spree, and we decided to leave. As we walked out of the store, Stella grabbed my arm, felt her cheek rub on my skin, and she giggled quietly. Hey, Stella, if Fang saw us right now, she probably would have bitten my head off. You know, human skin feels funny. A bit rubbery. I never had any human friends, so I never knew. Stella gently pinched my forearm. She didn't look feisty or romantic. Instead, she was a piece. Innocent, like a child. I mean, it's funny, but I did start writing an Inko in Volcano High 1. But that didn't go anywhere. Am I just stupid? Am I just bad at my job? Probably. Probably. Sounded like I wasn't comfortable. I decided to hang on to me as we made our way out of the mall. It's like video games, you know. Am I strong enough to video games? Am I strong enough for this? Because our pace is just slowing down to crazy. It's mostly me. It's mostly me being a giant fucking clown. Gosh, it's amazing so soon. God damn it, I just want to write something. Something fun, something snappy, something new, something fresh. No setup, all execution. Blam, 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 the guns go blam. Oh well, it was evening now. Stella and I spent more time geeking out on that sword than I thought. We sat on the bench together, resting and looking at the beautiful sunset. Stella laid her head on my shoulder, humming some song I couldn't recognize. And I always wondered, where'd you learn all that divination and astrology stuff? Oh, that was my aunt. She taught me at an early age. Do you actually believe in it? Kinda? I might have been able to see the future clearly, but the cards help me set my mind in order. It's like casting a magic spell that helps with anxiety. They can't tell me what will happen, but they can point me in the right direction. It's a great thing to have. For example, they told me today a friend would help me save me from peril. Once again, Stella hugged me. I'm starting to think that this girl simply likes hugs. I mean, I've kind of done like an Anon harem thing, but what about Inko? He'd be like the biggest fucking goober. It'd also work fantastically with Olivia. Like the most awkward character. Fantastic comedy potential there. I'm starting to think that this girl simply likes hugs. But then... I told you, she's fucking hitting up all the chicks. Why does Stella look so Her shoulders are not broad enough. I felt a soft peck on my cheek. Stella gave me a kiss! Thank you, Anon! I know it can be a bit much sometimes, but I'm happy that you're here. I'm also impressed at the art budget this mod has. Unless I guess we kind of credited someone for this, I don't know. Thanks, really lucky to have you. Oh, they even put in like little scales, which you don't see too much of this, including Volcano High. Cheapskates. Although I imagine Volcano High got rid of the scales because like the way they animate their models, it would be hell to pay. I admit this made my heart flutter just a little. She let go of me and stood up. Yeah, like Stella has, I wouldn't call them broad shoulders, but she's not like slender like this. Well, I have to go now. It's going to be late. I'm be worried. Stella was staring at the ground as she stood up. It's good tomorrow, Anokun. See you, Stella-chan. Whew. I said it with a hint of irony. Well, guess I'm fired from... And don't forget, the black costume is mine! I shouted at her. She was walking away. She laughed and waved at me. For now, I found myself sitting alone. Evening chill became rather noticeable. Perhaps it's time to head home. What a fun adventure we had. My apartment was quiet as ever. After a quick, uneventful dinner, I played video games as I usually do. The game I went with tonight was an old classic, DK64. Why do you own an N64, Anon? You're poor. You were born after the GameCube released. Why the fuck are you playing DK64? Listen, I mean, I guess maybe he bought it on, like, the virtual stores? Okay, listen, I'm gonna put my pause right here. Anon is not a wee kid. If he was born in 2003, 1-ish, he might have been like an end-stage wee kid. But I could see him being like into the Wii U if he was that kind of kid. But he wouldn't be playing fucking Halo and stuff. Like, I think the developers significantly misunderstood like how far along in I'm gonna put my pause right here. The Switch released 7 years ago, 2017. Anon would have been 14 when the Switch released. 14 when the Switch released. Anon could have been a Switch kid. Anon could have been a Switch kid. Okay? Where are we in the Halo franchise? Let's take a look. Let's take a fucking look at the Halo franchise. Wait. What is the Halo 2001 to 2021? Oh no! Halo Infinite's considered. Halo Infinite's 2021, which is after this game. Gotta be honest about that. But the Switch is like 3 years old in this. Let's see. Guardians? It could have been to Guardians. It would have been 14, 13 at that time. 2005, 15. It's so weird when you think about it. Like how like 10 years. Most people, right, that I imagine worked on this are like what, in their 30s probably? You know, they're on 4chan and they're making games. But like 2000, you missed the GameCube era. You missed that. You might have grown up with the tail end of the Wii. You probably didn't get any of the original Xbox. When was the Xbox 360? Jesus, we're doing some analysis now. Xbox 360. Xbox 360 released at November 2005. Anna would have been 3 years old at the time. And the Xbox One is 13. Anon probably played in the Xbox One because he would have been 10 years oldish. Jesus. Oh, suddenly I feel 1,000 years of age descend upon my shoulders. Ah, I need an adult. I need an adult. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna eat that fucking ice cream though. It's just vanilla ice cream. Nothing special. But something about that purity of flavor, you know. It's nothing special. Sometimes you just want a little sweetness. Not a flavor bomb. Not one of those. The thing with Pringles, right? The thing with Pringles, right? Okay, Scary Dave, you want to feel older? Everything I just said does not apply to Inko. Inko is a Switch kid. He maybe caught the Wii U. Because Inko is 2006 to 2009-ish. No, 2000. No, that's no. You would have been 2006-ish. 2006 to 2004. So he almost certainly was like a Wii U kid. Time goes fast, my man. Hold on tight. It's fine. I heard there's a new Switch coming, though. But admittedly, I've been hearing those rumors for fucking ever at this point. I'm not even sure what to think about it. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. Oh, man. I love how, like, the console that's doing best this generation is, like, from the last one. Ugh. Oh, poor Xbox. Nintendo hasn't even released a 9th generation console. That's just the funniest shit ever. 3 years is so much time. We forget that. Remember that we have like 3 to 4 months left in this year. And America's got a big election coming. Oh, it's going to be one of those years where you're going to feel so much older by the end. As a president comes in. In January, though, that's next year. The game I went with tonight was an old classic, DK64. The same game that it still spooked a few hours ago. It's an annoying pile of jank, though. Fang messaged me earlier saying she's feeling much better than us, so we'll see each other tomorrow. The problem with DK64 is that it just wants you to... It's a lot of busy work. It has a lot of problems. It was a good idea to let her rest a bit after all. Suddenly, my phone starts buzzing. Someone must have sent me a message, and I can't even guess who it was. I can even guess who that is. Opening the message gap, sure enough. Hello, my game is working! Woo! Even as all of my old Pokemon is so nostalgic! What was your starter? Mudkip, of course I like Mudkips. Oh no, listen, hold on. I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm sorry to tell you this. I heard you like Mudkips is before their time. Because I think that was mid-2000s. Anon wasn't even... Oh! Hold on, I'm looking it up. 2005. Anon was 2 years old when I heard you like Mudkips hit the internet. He would have not caught that meme, and neither would Stella. Although Stella and Anon are nerds, so they probably would have stumbled across it. You know, they would have seen it on that little internet-esque page, you know? I'm gonna tell you... You wanna feel old? Do you really wanna feel old about Anon? I'm gonna tell you something sexy. Anon does not remember a world before the iPhone. As far as Anon is concerned, iPhones have always existed in his life. 2007. Anon would have been 6 to 4 years old. Anon does not remember Nokia bricks. He probably got one anyway because, you know, his parents are cheap and they're fucking decent phones. I have one for years into the smartphone generation because what the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? Nokia, of course. Mine was a tall chick. Want to trade? Wait, are you... Why the fuck did they play Emerald? That game released when you were like, what, 2 years old? 3? I'm sorry. A 5-year-old play... I mean, to be fair, I played Pokemon Yellow when I was pretty young, I guess. It's not that weird. It just feels weirder to me when I'm looking back. It's like, what did you play when you were 5, Safi? Mario 64. Isn't that... Are you a little young to be playing Mario... Woo! Yeah, Scary Dave, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know when I finally gave up my phone, but at some point... I think it was because they said, listen, your phone literally will not work on the network soon. Your phone is so goddamn old, it just will not. You need to upgrade. Or you will not have a phone. You will have a brick. Listen, I have a brick now, but he's a rat. I bought that brick plushie, mostly to bully someone, because he really wanted it, and I was like, I got the brick. It's sold out in your country, but I got him. I got the brick. What was the toy chick want to trade? Promise that you'll take good care of him. Ooh. Do we even have a trade and link cable? You might keep us safe with me, I believe. Honestly, trading your starter is so... No, don't trade your starter. That's just cruel. We'll do it tomorrow. I can't wait. Woo-woo. I wish Stella good night and put the phone away. This would be one hell of a thing to explain to Fang. Okay, Anon, you have to explain to me. What the fuck is a link and trade cable? Okay, listen, you're not... Okay, listen. Technically speaking, it's called the game link cable. And there is technically an... Anon, for fuck's sake, shut up. I have the Game Boy 4-player adapter. Anon, go to hell. I even have the one for the GameCube. Why do you even own a GameCube? It was my dad's. He loved using the Tingle Tuner in Wind Waker. Why did you play Wind Waker? Jesus Christ, Anna, you nerd. It's going to be a hell of a thing to explain to Fang. She's going to be so pissed when she finds out that I traded someone's starter. I'll leave you alone for one fucking day and you're already trading Pokemon with other women? Well, it's not quite that dramatic. But I imagine everything will be okay. I wonder if Stella would help explain all these things to Fang. Somehow, I just know she will. I think Fang went under a prick, yeah. There's a lot of action after all. God damn it, what am I saying? It's implied that she kind of gets along with it, though. It was time for me to go to bed and stop capitalizing my sentences. Trying to fall asleep proved difficult. My thoughts were still on Stella. I'm glad I gave her a chance today. I was assuming she was just an airhead. Talking first and thinking second. Not picking up on any social cues. Obsessed with silly things most people would cringe at. But she had encountered as much adversity in life as any of us would. Maybe even more so. She was misunderstood and harassed by those who envied her. And through it all, she always kept smiling. To quote a man who you do not know. To quote a man who you do not know. Who you will not recognize. Even though I found out that apparently you can find archives of this shit online. Wat er ook gebeurt, altijd blijven lachen. And it's not Naomi's fake smile, it's a genuine one. She's not trying to hide her true feelings. She just wants those feelings to be positive. Surrounded by the harshness of reality, she just wants to spread joy. I could never do something like that. Stella's far stronger than I am. Perhaps I have a thing or two to learn from her. Yep, this girl sure is something. And then he died. The end. And Anon was so stupid that he died. The end. Patrick, that's a lousy story. Try again. You're the one who wrote the ending. And now, oh, we gotta head to school. We gotta avoid Stella. Hot dogs are well and good, but I don't think I could stand Stella's usual high-pitched attitude at this hour. I'll leave Stacy to handle the ever-energetic otaku by herself. Besides, I already had breakfast. But it's a fat hot dog. Going down the usual road to school, I see students of all shapes and sizes walking beside. By the way, if you're looking for Nasi, it's at mudding practice. He told me if I got sick, terrible thing, you must be so worried. Yeah, I know, she informed me. Oh. I feel kind of bad for Nasa, so I decide to try to take some heat off of him. Naomi can be a headache if she's too enthusiastic about something. As I walk down the aisle with my tray, I realized Naomi was a bit more excited than usual. And not in a good way. I forgot what I did with Naomi. I have had it with the school. Naomi, listen, you gotta chill. I will chill when all of those people out of this establishment. I will chill when I see all those people out of this establishment and on the street corner. She was truly going off. Now is my entrance. Hey, you two, what's going on? Hey, Anna, nice of you to drop by. Listen, we've... Oh, shut it, dear. Anna, sit. Naomi's tone was stone cold now. One might even call her Stone Cold Austin. Then I got hit with a steel chair, and the rest of the day was kind of a blur. I sat it down at that table, trying to keep my distance from Naomi as she starts throwing things. And as you know, our School prides itself on its ability to provide each of our students with opportunities to unleash their full potential. However, in recent times, this has become increasingly difficult to achieve. As I found out yesterday, the budget for extracurricular activities is completely unbalanced. Obviously, I started crunching the numbers. Turns out is the text getting transparent? I hope it does, because Anon's phasing out. That would be a fantastic touch. Turns out money is disappearing into nowhere. That is, no one knows where it's going. My dear Nasser's team can't even buy new equipment because of it. Today is Naomi's birthday, how ironic. It's no big deal. Our equipment is perfectly. Shut it, dear. Nasser flinched like a kid being scolded by his mother. Naturally, I can't let this stand. However, once I start rallying the student council to work just a bit of overtime and solve this problem, those bums told me they have other things to do. Naomi's usually peach-colored skin is turning red at the moment. So, imagine the sheer impertinence. Why are they even wasting oxygen in the student council office if they can't do their jobs? I began to fear for Nasser's health because he was turning pale, which is impressive considering how just incredibly dark those scales are. How does a man like that turn that pale? Actually, he might just be turning into milk. Dinosaur milk? Dilk? Almost all attention in the cafeteria was on Naomi and a sudden outburst now. Only Trish seemed undisturbed by it, still deep in thought about something. Naomi noticed this and finally decided to dial down the fury. I'm sorry for this. As the students focused back on their food, Naomi looked downright crushed. You look like you're about to pop a vein. I get that things are hard, but you should relax. That's what I've been saying. Relax, Naomi. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Naomi was looking at it somewhat apprehensively now. Thank you both. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end. Nothing is going well today. First, the auditorium had a short circuit of some kind. A lot of very expensive equipment is not working. Thankfully, we managed to find a student who agreed to help. Ah, so that's where we disappeared to. But now my laptop also broke, and I had tons of sensitive information on it. I need it ASAP. While I'm trying to figure the budget out, I just don't have time to deal with it. Of course, no one wants to help me. The student council office has been empty the whole day. At this point, Nasser decided to butt in. I'd love to help, but honestly, I don't understand that stuff at all. But Anon, I'm sure you do, right? I've seen you fix Fag's computer before. You were a pro. She forgot her password. It wasn't that complicated an issue. I can see where this is going from. Ah, you're the computer guy of the group. Nerd. See, that's what I'm talking about. I do feel that Nasser's neck thing goes a little too far on his neck. Naomi looked at me with pleading eyes. Anon, could you help me out? Please, I really have no other options here. Just drop by my office after classes. I'm starting to wonder if this was all a plan of some kind, but I doubt it. This Naomi seems much more genuine than the usual one. I think I'll, sure, I can help. Sure, why not? I have nothing better to do. Upon hearing this, Naomi clapped her hands, glowing with joy. Oh, thank you. You can imagine how grateful I am. Nas gave me a thumbs up and finally started eating his lunch. This reminded me, I haven't eaten a bite myself. This tastes like processed cat food. Beats the unprocessed cat food flavor they usually serve, though. Again, it's a fancy school. They have filet mignon. Just drop by my office when you're done with classes. You remember where it is, right? Sure I do. Wonderful! I'll be waiting. Oh, maybe I'll make some tea. I'll make sure we'll have a great time. Naomi was overjoyed. I guess that's what happens when something goes her way. Thanks, Anon. You saved our hides. How am I saving your hide? Listen, I hope I can help, but I have no guarantees. I'm not a computer scientist, you know. Of course, but I appreciate any help I can get. We'll continue lodging at relative peace and silence. Eventually, I bid the two farewell and head back to class. Okay. He gave Naomi's... Oh, man, he might have. He might have been like, oh, I'm gonna get these two all hitched up. Oh man, that's such a good meme. Oh. So I guess technically, it's 3:15 p.m. I don't know. I could keep going, and we could do the Naomi ending right now. But I don't know. My wallet's feeling a little light. About $50 light. I don't know. That seems like a really steep order just out of nowhere. What the hell is this? Mario Kart Wii contains bizarre unused function called RK Snow Test. Presumably meant to test snow that concentrates every single snowflake in the course above the player character in a line. There's the vertical line. I think the reason they would have had that, because they're like, oh, we don't know why they did this. I think this was done just to see if it was producing a decent uneven line, like if it wasn't too predictable. Oh shit. I'm just saying, right? Like, a lot of things are possible in this world. And $50 makes it... What the hell am I looking at? Useless blue-haired pro, now you next. What is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Why are they doing this? Are there even eunuchs left in the world? I mean, this is not my living Dave. It's more a question of, like, do I have the energy for it? Ooh. I don't know if I have the energy for it. Maybe I do. But I'm gonna read something else right now. Maybe I should get that ice cream. No, it would just melt. I would just sit here with a melting tub of ice cream. In the recording, you'd be like... Oh, here we go. I think an important part of D&D easy to learn argument is that a lot of these people don't actually know how to play D&D. They know to roll d20 and add some numbers, and sometimes they need to roll another type of die for damage. Part of it is the culture of basically fucking around letting the GM sort it out. Players don't actually feel the need to learn the rules. Now, I don't think the above actually counts as knowing the rules. D&D is a relatively crunchy game that actually rewards system mastery and actually learning how to play D&D well. As in order to make mechanically informed tactical decisions utilizing the mechanics to your advantage is a skill that must be learned and cultivated. None of this is to say you actually need a perfectly tuned car-op machine. And like a lot of people don't seem to know the rules. They know how to play D&D in the abstract sense. Most abstract sense. To paraphrase some other guide, this contributes to the impression that other games are hard to learn, because a lot of other games don't have the same culture of D&D. Now that's an interesting idea. So instead of letting new players coast by about the shallow understanding of the rules and the GM do all the work, they ask the players to start making mechanically informed decisions right away. Sure, it can suck for onboarding, but learning from your mistakes can be a great way to learn. I think this hurts group dynamics as well. When you have people that have actually done some reading of the rules versus people that are coast away, and it can make it appear... Oh, here... Excuse me, I need to refresh my brain, or I'm gonna go insane. When you have people that have actually done some reading on the rules versus people that just coast by and foist the majority of the game onto the GM, it makes it appear like more knowledgeable players are sweaty. Yeah, like... I gotta admit this, right? I've seen people call people sweaty rules lawyers over, like, the most basic fucking rules corrections. It's hilarious. The best example I've got with asking players to make informed decisions was when I ran the Wilder Feast Quick Start. Oh boy, I thought this was like a one-off. Holy shit, what a thread this turns out to be. Woo! Ooh! I'll try to have ChatGPT have historic. Fang and Olivia. Oh man. Ooh, that is an interesting idea, Dave. I am looking for interesting new ideas. Fang and Olivia, though. How do I get those 2 in a room, though, Scary Dave? How am I gonna get these 2 in a fucking room? We're gonna smooth the age difference. That's not the question here. That's not the problem. That fan fiction can just bada bum bada boom. They're both the same age. That's done instantaneously. Make it a meta story. What, they like meet after ending 4 and they're like, our husbands suck ass? Do they escape the story and now they're like in the fucking document talking to... Sorry, Anon, I'm breaking up with you. I've been texting this girl on this racist dinosaur supremacist forum for the last few weeks, and I think she's hot. Fang, what the fuck? We have a child! Fang eats the baby to become stronger for her next marriage. Woo! See, I could have had $50, or I could have had that amazing fucking chuckle. Hot ziggity. You know, Dave, you're making a mighty tempting offer to keep streaming and do the Naomi ending right now too. You're making a mighty tempting offer. I still want to just get to my ice cream though. I hate... I think I'm gonna send this as like an ask. Fang, this is my cousin Inko and his wife Lit. Oh no. And they look at each other, and it's like, I've seen you nude in so many pictures already. And Anon and Inko, they're like having a family dinner. Inko and Anon are catching up, and Olivia and Fang are like constantly like, shit. We can't let them know what we've been talking about. No. These poor boys. They just wanted to have goth girlfriends and gator girlfriends. Semi-freeform Jungian psychodramas about giant telepathic bugs or what have you. What a phrase. Uh, I'm just relaxing a little bit to build up steam for the nail manning. We're doing it. I might not have $50. I might not be $50 richer. My wallet may be empty, but the body may be weak, but the spirit is willing. I passed my morale check. This fucking thread. Oh man, this thread goes places. I don't know if I have the time to enjoy it right now. It's like a little intermission break. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I have 2 viewers. And you're not putting in the work. You're not putting in the work. So be generous, be kind, and give me $50. Give me $50. Come on. You know, deep down in your heart, you can separate yourself with that crisp dollar bill. You know that deep within you lies the capacity to reach into your wallet, produce it to the sun, and let it fly into my hands. It is not impossible. And let's go look at some of Dave's, Why can't I... Hello? Is my thing even working? What the hell? It just refuses to show me anything that Scary Dave is posting nowadays, it seems. What the hell? Just before, it would... Now, nothing. I have to get out my hands and have to go in there. Get my hands all dirty. Let's have a look. I know someone who loves her, by the way. Judy. Who just loves Judy. I'm gonna bully him with him. I'm gonna bully him. There you go. Fucking owned him. Oh shit, it's Fang ready for battle. Tactical Fang. I really do think that the Legends and Lore designs... they should have done a Halloween episode with them. Come on! It's so obvious. It's so obvious. How did you fuck this up? Goodbye, Volcano High, people. I'm fucking blind! I bet that looks awesome. She can't even see. The butter gremlin. Butter. She wants the butter. She drove into a house. Oh no! Oh no! Ooh. Man, Scary Dave. You brought first one. Trudy with the night eyes. you get a name like Deadass Spider anyway? Oh, that's so cute! It's Naomi. Numer. Maybe that's someone else. It might be. I don't even know. No, no! You can't just start making out with the anime! Oh, these are great. Thank you, Scary Dave. People say that's Mia. That's not Mia. We all know that it's Naomi in disguise. The truth has come out. Oh, it's the dance. Underappreciated, but to be fair, the animation's so on point. Like, what's there left to be said? Why is this so funny? Oh my fucking god! Why is this so funny? Why is this so funny? Why is this so funny? Please tell me. Oh. Oh man, I can't. To be honest, I make those noises weird intentionally, so because I like it. What the hell is this? Anon struggles to accept his newfound feelings. What? What is this? I still don't like the stupid bows. I don't like the bows. I don't like the bows on Sage's Sush. They're so weird. Oh. Because Sage is a dude. I forget that. It's ironic I would forget that. Oh, Safi, you fucking bigot. The whole point is that it's a boy who was once seen as a girl. Ooh, I like that though. That's so neat though. I like it. It's cute. I'm gonna show it to my friends who like to see this kind of stuff. Thank you. Oh no! Where did Olivia's feet go? Her feet are gone in this. No feet, Olivia. You can't ask for feet pics if she doesn't have feet. Sorry to tell you. I love how someone's posted the Minecraft movie Lava as a reaction. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna need a hot minute. Some ideas have started flooding into my brain. Some ideas have started flooding into my brain. But they're not instantly usable ideas. I mean, I've been wanting to write a blind character for a while. Alright? I've been wanting to write a blind or deaf character. Something a bit of spice. Because I already got like a failed thing that never got off the ground with something else. But, you know, and now I got an idea for... Because we all know that it's fun to do. But everyone's doing it with Anon. Let's do it with Inko. Let's do it with Inko! 1 vote. This poll has 1 vote. Can't disagree with the 1 vote, though. Palpatine, I love democracy. Okay, you know what? You know what, Scary Dave? You've shown me such amazing bangers. You've shown me such amazing bangers. Is it $50 worth of bangers? I don't know. But I am convinced nonetheless. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's 3:15 p.m. I remember that Naomi asked me to come by. Her office, separate from the student council room, should be on the 3rd floor. It feels kind of weird that my VA is currently thinking very hard about gay shipping characters. Like me, or Inko. Like, come on, man, we got work to do right now. I might as well head there right now. I'm just saying while I'm walking up these stairs. Oh, that's a nice office. Knock, knock. Please come in. Oh, she's still nasty. I peek into Naomi's office. She's behind her desk. Doesn't she work in Spears' office, though? I thought that was implied in one of the extra chapters. Maybe this is before that, who knows? She was behind her desk, surrounded by entire towers of impressive-looking folders. Not taking her eyes off of one, she gestures for me to come in. So we hugged Trish, and we got kissed by Stella. What happened with Naomi? Please, Anon, have a seat right there. Naomi pointed to a smaller table on her left with a laptop on it. That's the computer. Do whatever you want with it, just make sure it runs properly. Got it. I sit down and boot Naomi's laptop up. That is the perfect. It looks somewhat old, but it's still working. Of course, it's Windows 10. A cutesy... Why is it... Wait, but, like... Oh, Windows 11 is 2021. Well, I guess the egg's on my face. Egg's on my face. Look at all this egg. A cutesy photo of Nasser and Naomi at some dimmer body greets me on the lock screen. Everything seems to work just fine. As I press enter, the system demands a PIN code. Naomi, what's your PIN? That's the problem, I don't know. In that case, I can use your password to log in? Do you remember it? Yeah, it's, She paused for a second. It's go to hell, Mia 123. How do you... Isn't Mia like 15 years old? Why are you going after this freshman? What is wrong with you? But that won't help you anyway. It sure as hell would. There must be a forgot my PIN option somewhere. After staring at the screen for 20 seconds, I realized the option was nowhere to be found. Okay, that was weird. Let's look it up online. After some serious Google foo on my phone, I began to understand what the problem is. This version of Windows 10 is old as sin. Turns out Microsoft outdid themselves when designing the new login screen. Before a certain update, it didn't even have a forgot PIN option. Seriously, this is why you grogify things. So, if you actually forget it, you're shit out of luck even with the user password. Now that's a head-scratcher. Hey, Naomi, how exactly did you manage to forget your PIN? She looked at me like I insulted Nasser in front of her. I didn't forget it. My damn sister changed it. It was her idea of a joke. Naomi has a sister? Now that's news. Would have been easier if we asked her to change it back. I'd rather die. There was enough cold fury in that voice to start an ice age. Tough. And so silence fell. Quite a few minutes pass. The only sounds one could hear are Naomi's rustling papers and my squeaking office chair. I spat on it back and forth, trying to get my noggin jogging, but I know that'd annoy the crap out of Naomi. I glanced at her. Again, don't use names twice in sentences like that. It's very distracting. She was tapping away on a huge calculator. Like, when you're editing this stuff in the script, it's like right there. You can see this with your eyes. It looked like something my dad might have used when he was in high school. I guess the school does need budgeting. What do you mean, technically illegal? Well, he's doing it. Mia is technically at this point. I think she's 18, 19 in the other game. So Mia is not technically an adult, right? She'll be 16, 15. My conscience would not let me interrupt Naomi, but the atmosphere in the room was so thick he could cut it with a knife. So, how's Nasa doing? He's fine. He and his team have been training around the clock recently, so we don't spend much time together. I'm sure he misses you a whole lot, say with a grin. He'd better. I guess my sarcasm doesn't go unappreciated. Are you seriously planning on handling this entire mountain of paper by yourself? Do I have any options? I know, but don't push yourself too hard. We need you alive and well. This may help me relax a bit. Thanks, but you don't need to worry. I can handle this. To me, it looks like the student council is exploiting you to high heaven. You don't usually see the queen bee shoveling honey all day long. Wait a second, exploit. I just remembered something. So node exploit in Windows 10 might help me. Turning back to the computer screen, I rebooted and entered the recovery menu. Now, I could launch the recovery command shell. It doesn't have admin privileges, but it does allow me to copy cmd.exe over to the file that's responsible for the sticky keys function. Then, I boot back to the login screen and press Shift 5 times. And, voila! I have a command line with full administrative privileges. God bless whatever Indian programmers Microsoft employs. They always try their best. At that point, fixing the problem became a matter of time. I created a new user, made it an admin, set up new login parameters, allowed me to enter Naomi's user account, and switched the whole login screen off. Once again, I am victorious. Terry would have been proud. After I finished cleaning up the leftover mess, it was time for me to present my achievement to Naomi. As she diligently crushed numbers, I stretched in my chair and turned to her. I'm done here. The issue was pretty obscure, but it's all good now. This made Naomi cheer for the first time since I came in here. Oh, Anon, thank you. You have no idea how much of a headache you just saved me. Apparently in the calculator, she stood up and pranced like a doe to the nearest cabinet. Remember I promised you to? Well, you're getting it now. Naomi opened the cabinet and took out an electric kettle with some tea bags. What looked like a large cardboard box. You know, you really don't have to. It's not a big deal. Sush, I'm not taking no for an answer. Good work must always be rewarded. Well, might as well enjoy myself. I quickly got the kettle going and poured out 2 teacups. Any sugar? No, thanks. I like it plain. Anon does not drink tea. Anon does not drink tea. Oh, that's good. I wish Nasser was like that. He refuses to touch anything unless it has milk and sugar. Such a sweet tooth. As we waited for the tea to cool down, Naomi picked up the mystery box and brought it to my attention. We won't just be drinking tea, though. I have a surprise. She opened the box. It was full of cutesy, home-baked cookies. They were all shaped like small dinosaurs. I always wanted to bake some for Nasser. This is a test batch. Why don't you try them for me? The pile was impressively tall. Eating someone's first attempt at baking is always a gamble, but Naomi doesn't strike me as someone who would necessarily be bad at it. Certainly can't be as bad as that time I almost ate a feather in scrambled eggs fang was... Oh, oh no, he ate the feather. Yeah, coffee, but not tea. Maybe iced tea, but not normal tea. Okay, sure. You're a lifesaver, as usual. Finally, the two cooled down enough to drink. I picked up the first cookie and sized it up. It looked somewhat like a pterosaur, but could have also been a bat. It was covered in strange black dots. I assume they're chocolate. Naomi was looking at me expectantly. Well, here goes. Don't say that! I bit off the weird pterosaur's wing. For a second, I forgot how to breathe. It's raisins. It's raisins, and you hate it. I could feel the tears in my eyes. Your mouth was burning. Barely able to swallow the stuff. I gulped down the tea and stared at the clueless Naomi, who was smiling vacantly at me. So, how was it? What was that? My very own recipe. I was coughing like a sick man now. What the hell did you add? Black pepper! My eyes widened. My mom always said that adding a bit of salt to sweets helped bring out the flavor, so I tried doing it with pepper. It's quite a fun treat, don't you think? My inner alarm is going off because Naomi is definitely trying to poison me. If not for the fact that she picked one of the spotted pterodactyls herself and ate it in one bite, glowing with pride. It prickles a bit, doesn't it? What the actual hell is this woman? Here, so try another one, she said as she was scarfing down a tea in one twig, stone-faced. She was a master of hiding emotions as usual, or she's such an ice queen she doesn't even notice. I didn't want to ruin the moon completely, so I gave another cookie a chance. This one looked like a snake of some kind, or maybe one of those Chinese lung dragons, which just means dragon. It's funny, ain't it? It was covered in what looked like shards of stained glass. Now I feel like I need to know more before eating. And this? Oh, this is colored sugar. I found it in my mom's baking set. Sounds innocent enough. I took a smaller bite out of the cookie. Or I would have, if it didn't refuse to yield. The cookie was hard as rock. Why not rock hard? Now I was getting scared of my teeth. How did you measure the flour? I tried eyeballing it. Did she forget to wear glasses? I forget that she wears glasses so often. It's hilarious. She might as well not even have them. Sorry, this one's a bit too tough for me. Oh, well, you can just spit on it. You know, your saliva exists for a reason. She started to realize what was going on. Well, third time's the charm. This one looked like Cthulhu? Nothing else seemed weird about it. I snapped it in half, took a deep breath, and put one half in my mouth. Bracing for it. Still couldn't prepare me. It was one of the saltiest things I've ever eaten. I didn't have to say anything. My face said it all. Chugging the rest of my tea like a man stranded in a desert, I silently passed the other half to Naomi. She eats it with a difficult expression. Oh. I think I got sugar and salt mixed up. Naomi looked like she was on the verge of tears now. I can't believe it. She looked away from me, took off her glasses and covered... Yeah, that's it. Hey, Naomi. It's fine now, you can go. Thanks for helping me out. She's like 3 screens, man. No, I couldn't leave it like that. It's the first time I saw her legitimately try to do something nice. It had the stupid baby music and everything. Little baby man music for baby men. Hey, don't worry about it. You screwed up there, but we all do. Just try again. Why bother? She looked at me again. I failed. Simple as that. You did? So what? The most successful person in this school. It's hardly a setback for someone like you. This moment I realized Naomi was reaching a boiling point. Yes, I can see that. Working overtime up to here with things no one cares about, and a boyfriend who's obviously avoiding me, feeding you this shit. Just like at lunch, she's exploding again. I wonder how I guess this is how she keeps her shape if she makes cookies like this. She just doesn't eat. She picked up the box, threw it across the room, sweets scattering all over the floor. Naomi. I think the problem ran deeper than bad cookies. The girl stood up, her tail almost knocking over the chair she sat on. She strolled over to the corner of the room and stood there, looking at me. She's just standing there, menacingly. You can leave now, and don't pretend like you care. Why wouldn't I care? You're my best friend's girlfriend. Because you hate me anyway. For what I pulled with you and Fang. You try to be nice, but I'm not stupid, you know. I don't hate you. Why? This question caught me off guard. Why don't I hate Naomi? She tried manipulating me before. She'd be very selfish and annoying. So why don't I hate her? I mean, because she never meant anyone harm. Naomi looked at me, dumbstruck. I mean, yeah, you're pretty nasty, but you did what you did for your boyfriend, right? You saw he couldn't deal with Fang, so I tried to fix it. It was because you hated her, but because you loved him. No matter how I look at it, I just can't hate that. Naomi let out an uneasy laugh and slumped back into a chair. Sorry about the outburst. I'm a bit on edge now. You said Nasser was avoiding you. Why? No, it's just the emotions talking. He's preoccupied with the athletics festival, and we barely see each other anymore. And then there's festival. This was made by someone Japanese. They can't shut up about their festivals. What are you talking about, Anon? There's a fucking cake-making festival, there's a harem festival, there's a show-off-your-wheeled girlfriend from another dimension festival. Japan has festivals for everything. Anon, we always have an athletics festival at the end of the year. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, you mentioned it. I guess we did have it at my old school. Jesus Christ, Anon. She paused for a moment. My sister. You mentioned her before. Again, I didn't even know you had one. She's my older sister. Mia. Yeah, this must have been made before Wani released because Mia's fucking Italian. Mama fucking Mia. She's in college now, but she decided to visit the family home a few days. Oh, if this is a different Mia, like we're talking new contextual Mia, then I guess yes. The whole password thing would have been some kind of infraction, I guess. She hated me since we were children. Always a fucking delinquent. Why is she in college then? Stealing my stuff. Doing stupid pranks and never apologizing for anything. And now she comes back and you know the first thing she does? Asking me what fucking dick I suck to get the council president position. Naomi looked furious, clenching her fist so hard her hands were shaking. I always hated her. I guess both you and Nasa were blessed with interesting siblings. No wonder you hit it off so well. Naomi was staring daggers at me now. Have you talked to Nasa about it? Not really. Nasa doesn't need to know. I'll just think I'm pathetic. You don't give him enough credit. Nasa's a sensitive guy. He has a lot of his own experience. If you two talk it out, I'm sure your relationship would only grow stronger. Get the stuff off your chest for once. And then they broke up in the extra chapters. The end. And he was so ugly that everyone died. You know, you may be right. I'll try. Naomi smiled again, relieving some of the tension in the room. We both relaxed in our chairs. I looked around, and the office was in pretty bad shape. Cookies were scattered over the floors, and stacks of papers were piling up. They're not piling up, they already were. Like, if anything, they would have been scattered. How about we make a deal? What kind? I'll help you clean up this mess, and you let me drag you out of this hellhole for today. Huh? I think we both need some fresh air. Huh. And on you know I'm taking... I'm not talking about a date, stupid. I just think you need to get a break. We could hang out like friends. Also, I like how... Isn't Anon taken too? Come on. I doubt I could handle having her as a girlfriend for realsies. Friends, huh? Well, I think I could use a break. Clean up the floor then, and I'll get my desk in order. The process didn't take long. Once we managed to put the office in a presentable state, Naomi and I left the building together. The sky is getting redder as the evening approaches. We walked down the street, not talking too much. I was the one to suggest this, but I have no clue what to do with her. After all this time, I realized I don't know anything about Naomi. I wonder what Nasa does in this situation. I guess in their relationship, she does everything. Hey, I have an idea. There's a bookstore nearby. I need to buy some stuff there. Do you mind if we drop by? Lead the way. I don't read any books, but it's nice for Naomi to break the ice. We took a right turn, walked for 5 more minutes, and sure enough, there was a small bookstore. I opened the door for Naomi, doing my best gentlemanly impression. If she were Fang, she certainly would have made a snide comment of some sorts. But Naomi only gave me a polite thanks. Dang, they got the books here, baby. Books, we got your books here. We got big books, small books, thin books, thick books. You need a leather-bound book? You need a book bound with human leather? That's the Necronomicon right up there, buddy. We got 'em in pink, black, blue. Yeah, I want to be... Hug That Gator has released quite a distance after ChatGPT. But Goodbye Volcano High has almost certainly existed long enough for that to matter. So I'm sorry to tell you, but AI isn't smart. It doesn't keep up with the news. If it's too recent, it won't know what to do, especially if it's a smaller thing. The store was cramped, with a heavy smell of old books in the air. We got new books, old books, we got paperbacks, we got hardcovers. Do you need a bookmark? We got them in all shapes and sizes, right down to a finger, flattened by a train, exsanguinated for this purpose. Cursed under an ancient moon. Why was it cursed under a moon? It adds resale value, you idiot. It looked more like an old library. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Naomi disappeared into the maze of bookshelves and left me stranded. How the hell do you use those upper shelves? I wonder if they sell manga here. Probably not. You could always try. Still, it's worth taking a look. I made my way through the store, which turned out to be surprisingly big. Almost all the stuff here is educational in nature. It's no wonder the school's right around the corner, after all. Naomi probably needed something for studies, I guess. As I was trying to squeeze myself between the shelves and made my way deeper into the store, something caught my eye. It was Naomi, hiding among the bookshelves. She was reading something. But wait, this is the adult... Okay, I have to say it. Naomi is perusing the pornography. A mischievous smile crept up my face. So, our student council president likes that kind of literature. What a lewd woman. Oh, I guess we all have our ways to do. And you fucking read ecchi. Go fuck yourself. She's probably reading, like, Romeo and Juliet porn edition. It's not even, like, that hardcore. It's like, you know, just a slightly more aggressive kissing. And Jesus. Still, trying not to make any noise, I stepped closer to her. Why was he saying that out loud? I mean, he says everything out loud, honestly. I still couldn't see the title of the book she was reading, but I could see the cover. A very macho-looking topless man was holding a beautiful maiden in one hand and a huge sword. Oh, she's into Conan. Hey, Prez. Naomi jerked up like she got struck with a lightning bolt. Hang on, what are you doing here? I was looking for you. You know, they have great 2-for-1 sales on anatomy books. Shamelessly poking fun at her now. She panicked as she tried to shove the book back on the shelf near the 6 copies of 50 Shades of Grey. It refused to go in cleanly, though. Like a penis that was too big for the condom. Anna, what the hell? This isn't what it looked like. I just made a mistake. A very likely story. I'm sure others would believe it right away. Goodness me, such vulgar literature. Please, gotta keep it a secret. If anyone finds out, my reputation is done for. Everything I worked so hard for. Ellipses go before the exclamation point, I think. I do it that way, at least. Naomi looked like she was about to cry. My entire facade was nothing more than a house of cards, and someone just pulled out a book it was built on. Then Ben in Naomi's prom suit. Ah! Please, I'll do anything you ask. Oh, really? Something came over me in that moment. Oh no, there is a hardcore pornography hidden in here. A violent impulse I've never felt before. Like suddenly my ear decided to take the wheel. Ah! You jackass. Yeah, I've been going. I just had to tease this girl a little bit more. Holy shit, he became a Don Juan! All it took was the pornography. I walked up to Naomi with the sultriest look I could muster, slammed my hand on the bookshelf behind her, trapping her against it with my body. She was burning with embarrassment, looking away from me, her face red as a tomato. I could hear the soft baka echoing from her mouth. God, she looks so cute, though! Look at her! I just want to give it a smooch. You know it. Y'all want it. Anon looks like... Whoever this artist is, he draws Anon like a fucking goober, and I'm all for it. It's like a fucking anime instruction. It's perfect. I guess her romantic fantasies were coming true in the worst way possible. Anon, this is wrong. What would Nasser say? I gently grabbed the bow on her shirt. Nasser doesn't need to know. Naomi's breathing was getting heavy and her knees were shaking. I'm so glad I got into the habit of eating mint candy. And then suddenly Naomi just tore Anon's outfit and they went to town for 24 hours straight non-stop in the bookstore. I could have had $50, but you know, I think with everything else, I made out way better. I never knew you felt that way about me. I love how they drew her. I don't know what it is. There's something about the shading and like the extra emphasis on the eyelashes and everything. It just works. I don't know if I agree with having one side have 3 and the other have 2 though, but whatever. Wasn't even a hint of resistance in her. Only the high and mighty student council president, who tried to control me so masterfully before, was melting like a butter in my grasp. I lowered my head slightly and whispered to her. I love how they have the little bling. Okay, here's what we'll do. Naomi gulped nervously. First, you give me a phone number. She nodded meekly without saying a word. I'll mail you a cookie recipe of the best one I have. And you follow that recipe to the T. You should have said to the D. And tomorrow, we'll see the result. I let go of her. Whatever atmosphere Naomi cooked up in her head evaporated instantly. She looked dumbfounded, but still blushing. This is the price for my silence, Prez. Naomi nodded. I understand. Honestly, I expected a stronger reaction. Maybe a slap on the face. She didn't say a word against anything that just transpired. I guess she liked it. Oh, God, you're gonna break up with NASA because he's not... Oh, man. You need to... Listen. Don't tell anyone you got it from me, but here's a referral to a BDSM club. Get yourself sorted out, for fuck's sake. Why do you even have this? Like I said, don't ask. I fell out of some guy's pocket, and I've just been looking for an excuse to throw it around, to be honest. Felt like a good thing to plant in someone's pocket, you know? Fucking hilarious. Someone, like, went up to the front of class, and the teacher made him read it. That's awful, and you can get, like, expelled for that. You can! Oh, well, I guess Whew. Might as well count my blessings. I'll be waiting then. Said with a gentle smile. I wish Fang saw us now. She'd be rolling on the floor, and then probably strangle me to death for cheating on her. I decided it was time to leave. One of us really needed some fresh air, and the other one was me. No, she still needs her book. Also, Naomi, you don't read the fucking porn in the shop. What is wrong with you? You buy it, and you read it at home. Otherwise, like, you're just asking for trouble. Or, you know, someone extremely weird walks out to you and goes like, oh, you like that one? Did you know they wrote a sequel? Naomi waddled outside after me, looking like she just ate a whole batch of a special pterodactyl spice cookies. We pull out a blicky? It's high noon. Bam, bam. The usual $1 million latitudes was left somewhere in the adult romance section, I guess. Come on, Anon, rub it in. What? Goddamn. As we made our way to the bus stop, the sun was already setting. I was tapping away at my phone when Naomi stayed silent. Just sent you the recipe. Oh. What? Sorry, that's not supposed to be Naomi. She checked her phone. It was the link to a website I always used myself. Why are you saying this out loud? That's my narration. Oh, that makes sense. I should add butter. Moments later, she was really into it. Oh, this looks so simple. Yeah, it should take you like an hour or so. Try making some. I'll come by office tomorrow and try them. I won't allow NASA to eat subpar baked goods. The confectionery is better be good. Hold on, I have to post something. Naomi smiled and nodded. Yeah, thank you for the help. Strange as it may be. That's what friends are for. I mean, I wouldn't really call us friends. Naomi was still blushing. It's very nice of you to say, but promise me you won't tell a word to anyone about the books. I already promised. Don't worry. Secret's safe with me. Well, it's getting late now. The filters are getting stronger. What filters? Oh, shit. I'm going nuts. I think it's time for us to split. I agree. My parents will get worried if I don't show up soon. As I waved Naomi goodbye, she said something unexpected. Hey, Anon? We both paused for a moment. Today was fun. Let's hang out more sometime. There was no usual saccharine tone to her words. Yeah, smooch. Just smooch over here. It's my catchphrase. She was being honest. Sure. I think I just saw a genuine smile on Naomi's face. I almost feel bad for what happens to her in Ending 4. We bid each other farewell. Naomi disappeared from my view and I just headed home. Heading home. What a ride. What a nice mellow song. Doesn't it just make you want to put a ferret on your head? It really does. Fucking my apartment was quiet as ever. I ate my dinner at my PC desk while scrolling through various cooking websites. Raptor Jesus on the cross was looking down at me extra angry today, probably because I kind of cheated on someone, I guess. On my girlfriend and on NASA. Ow. My mom was all digesting everything that had transpired. Today was a weird day. I mean, I were never anything more than acquaintances. And yeah, we had still had fun together. NASA's not the jealous type, so I'm sure you'd be happy to know that. Fang, though? She would probably be pretty angry. She and Naomi are not on speaking terms, after all. Ironic, given, again, Ending 4 in the extra chapters. So I gotta choose my words carefully when I break her the news. Although Fang's not dumb enough to get jealous over Naomi, of all people. She'll understand. Maybe I could even build a bridge between the two. Although that'd be quite the challenge. Technically speaking, as long as it's not marriage, it's a free-for-all. Listen, Fang, Nasser, it just were a second too late. And then they make out. I have to ask Nasser about it. Maybe we'll organize a double date. Download now, or something. God damn it. I hear my phone buzzing. Is it Fang? But you would call me an hour ago. Ugh, of course it's Naomi. She sent me a message. I tried following your recipe and it worked really well. You should drop by my office tomorrow and try these. I'm so happy with them. You got it, prayers will be there. Might even bring Fang with me. She's coming back tomorrow. Oh, please no. That was worth a shot. Shot in the dark, that is. Bada boom, bada bing. It's time for me to get some sleep. But sleeping proved to be somewhat difficult. My thoughts were on what Naomi told me in her office. Her sister's a complete mystery to me. Is she really that bad? There is the same story as with Fang and NASA. I don't know if I can handle another Fang, though. One's plenty enough for me. So maybe I'll just leave her for some other sucker to figure out. As I relax under my nice warm blanket, a curious thing dawns on me. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow's cookies. As long as Naomi doesn't add any garlic or something. That'd be pretty great. It should be pretty great. Now that I think about it, I'm definitely taking Fang with me tomorrow. I'm sure our perfect student council president would handle it just fine. And then he died in the ensuing catfight. What a clueless Kluber. Try again. Next time we'll do the bad ending and the Moon Princess ending, which are pretty short. It'll probably just be that. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Either way, I'm suck their penis. Now that's beautiful. Thank you, Tumblr person. It's beautiful. It brings a tear to my little baby eye. Well, that's it for today. Thank you all for coming. 2 likes, 50 views. Bunch of cheapskates. I didn't even get $50. Was it really worth it in the end? I don't even know. One of those questions for the ages. I got a bunch of idea fragments, but no idea as to what to write to do a little quick one-off thing. Thanks. Oh well. Maybe I should focus on what I got. The Anon Harem, explain yourself. Scary Dave. Explain thyself. Bye-bye people who are watching the recording. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow you'll probably get to see the rest of it, so like recording people, they got it easy. They don't have to wait. They just get to be there. What a bunch of joiks. What a bunch of jokes. Those VOD people, I don't like them one bit. Man, I love a little little swishy swish. It's a good sound. Still, Anon Inko Harem. I mean, I just... The idea of Anon stumbling into, like, a harem of, like, everyone just miraculously likes him super much is fucking hilarious, though. But I fear that it's too much of a one-note joke to work as anything that I would really want to write. Because where's the lore building? I love the world and lore building, thank you very much. I love characters with, like, a thing they can talk about. That's why I'm drawn to disabilities. They're good topics. They're good instant elements. They're little seeds you can grow the rest of the person from. Not as a defining element, but just like a little kickstart, you know? It's like starting off with a powerful emotion, or an archetype, or a role that needs to be filled in your story. Like, I need someone who's just a big joik. You know, that's a good seed. I wonder if Anna and Inko sound alike. If they sound alike, you know? Tracy, though. Isn't Tracy older? I got the impression she's like a proper adult. Like, not an adolescent or anything. She's like there. Oh shit, someone posted a whole... Ben, you can't just post a whole goddamn comic. Ooh. Let's take a look. Well, fuck, it's not... Oh. Man, you bastard. Why are these comics always so big? Lockheed Martini. Oh, it's the house. Oh, that's pretty cool. Changed their code recently. Apparently an HOA thing and I mumbled about. Why is the house like that? I always thought that Inko's house was like a modern apartment, not like a Simpsons house. Come on! When I say 30% zoom out, it means for all the things on the website. Like, normally it gets that. I'm reading something. Shut up. Going to love building this Gundam. Oh, this is a cute comic. I'm sorry, I can't really share it in the condition as we are. Because... Why does it zoom out again? Emptier than the last time was it goes. TV is on. Left on some dumb sitcom. Oh, it's the parents. Oh, man! Oh, no! Jesus, man. Inko's dad looks like shit. What the hell? They probably think you're here for a booty call. Was he surprised? A random person goes there. Bottle is so empty. Tired like Uncle Randy after work, or Damien after the gym. Tired like when things got too much. The empty kind of tired. I like the mom though. The dad looks a little too heavy on the... Not even a comment on my chair. Sorry, I was wondering if you're gonna mention me at all. You don't seem surprised. He never mentioned you. Inko is very independent. We trust his judgment. Ever since he was a kid, never got upset when work called, always quick to adjust to things. He'll do well in life. Ooh. Nothing like this. Nothing like the Inco I know. I'm sure you have plans together, right? His room is just down the hall. Just don't be too loud. I always thought Inco lived on the second floor for some reason, but I guess he could live on the ground floor. I don't know why. We'll make it easier on Olivia, I guess. Sorry for not up for chatting. Raptor, Jesus Christ, how could I whiff that shot? Inco's playing video games! And he got... he's playing... Dino Cynical video. He's playing... What was it called again? That was like that big game that looked like shit. And everyone was like, this is art. E1 where Anon and Fang ride off into the sunset? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I see what this comic's about. Olivia needs to be better. I fucking hate this comic, though. While I do feel that Olivia needs to be better and everything, it feels a little bit annoying that the waifu gets the waifu bump. Whatever, I'm just salty. I'm just a salty spittoon. Random idea. Yeah, I got a lot of random ideas that are going nowhere. I need something I can write that's just got me just going, you know? That got the vroom vroom in the engine. Thank you for coming. What a wonderful evening this turned out to be. Sport! Thank you all for coming, Scary Dave, and thank you for everything else. Just Naomi dies and Anon soon. I mean, that sounds interesting. I would write that, but I don't want to steal the opportunity from you, Dave. That's your idea. You, when you are ready, when you are strong, when you can do it, make it happen. Add to this world something beautiful. Otherwise, thank you all for coming. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna go eat that ice cream I was talking about. It's all very nice that you've come. I might not have made $50, but I did make 50 laughters, and I think the exchange rate on that a little bit better. Next week we'll wrap up this mod. I have one more mod in the chamber, and then we're going to have to start doing fanfics. I'm sorry. You're going to have to do without music. You're going to have to do without characters and everything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what music to put on. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You might as well just consider my career dead at that point. I will have ridden this train to the final stop. The last mod we got, we got Deus Snoot game in Garden of Rosa, and then we're done. Sad to see that some of these are dead projects, despite, you know, potential and everything. Nice to see that one mod I was playing, apparently they made some adjustments to make it better. That's nice too, you know? Always nice to see someone's willing to take some criticism and fix it up, even if I'm not the best person for that kind of criticism, you know? Don't take your advice from me. I might write a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it. That's for you to decide how good that advice is. So, I hope to see you all next week, and if you don't, well, you know, things happen. Bah. And all those other fun noises we assign ourselves to make sense of things.